So, Frank, tell us about the character that you play on Kingdom.
I play Alvi Kalina, who is the owner, the patriarch. Jay and Nate are my sons, Tucker and Jonas, and Loria, in a sense, is a son of mine, although not through blood. And trying to make my way through this crazy world of mixed martial arts and keep a family together and fight addiction and fight demons and try to get out of it alive.
I think it's that family element of it that really makes this show special. Because you hear it on the surface like it's a show about MMA.
Nothing bothers me more. And those are people, when somebody says that, I know they haven't seen the show. Because by design, from the very beginning, we wanted to set out to make a show that was about people, about their lives. Whether they were mechanics, whether they were in the mafia, or whether they're fighters. It's all about, what it's like to be in that world, that's all. And it's not a show about fighting. It's so not. It's why so many women come up to me and tell me they love the show, and that's a testament to it being, it's driven by characters.
Mm-hmm. So, it is an element of it. And did you do any research into the world of MMA? Did you do any kind of training to kind of get a sense of what this guy would go through?
Well, I've been involved in the sport since I was 7.
Okay.
So I grew up wrestling and boxing. I still box every day. Still, I spar 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm involved with fighters. I did jiu-jitsu with Hicks and Gracie since 1991. I did a movie called Warrior with Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton, where I originally met Greg Jackson and lived with Greg Jackson and learned how to be a coach and learned what it was to be an MMA fighter. So more than anything, if I was to write my own TV show, it would be this, because this is my passion. This is my hobby. This is what kind of consumes me when I'm not working. Yeah.
And there is this redemptive quality about the ring,
Truth. It's true. The thing about the ring or a cage,
excuse me, yeah.
Whatever, or a ring or a mat, is you can't hide. There's no lying. There's no facade. You can't manufacture anything. You can't hesitate. It's truth. And as cliche as it sounds, the truth will set you free. So there is something redemptive, and there is something. I don't know. It's for men and women now, because they're so involved in the sport as well, thank God. I think that's why there's such a strong bond among fighters, an understanding of what it takes to do this and to open yourself up and to go to war like this. I don't know any other sport where people are so community oriented. Yeah.
And you really do root for these characters when they're in there, because they're battling so many demons and addictions and things like that, and it all comes out in that moment where
it does, and then that's why I think it makes for great drama. Do you know? It's not like you're in a law firm and you're listening to, legal jargon, and there's a case and you're waiting to see how the case ends, and this is such a heightened way to tell stories, and I think people are finally starting to catch on to the show. I think DirecTV is finally starting to promote the show, because I think they realize they have a gem here. The cast is phenomenal. I just saw the first episode of 2B, and I'm just amazed by these people. They've grown exponentially as actors, as fighters, as people, and it's a joy to watch them, and it's a great joy to be part of.
Talk a bit about that growth from season 1 to season 2 to season 2B. Where are you guys now than you were in season 1?
Well, if I could if I could parallel it to what a fighter would go through, and if you were, say, a young boxer in the Golden Gloves, and you go through your training, and you're unsure about yourself, and you don't look really, you're like a new baby deer, you're kind of wobbly on your legs, but you get in there and you do your thing, and your headgear's on, and maybe you win, you do some really well work in the gloves, and then you go to the Nationals, and all of a sudden you're a pro. And now you're in the ring, and you're wearing great shorts with sponsorship on them, and you don't have a headgear, and your body looks different, and you're standing there and you're a fighter. And that's what these guys did. They started out with, they did their work in the beginning. It was a difficult journey to become physical and to learn who these people were. And now going into what is 2A or 2B, third season, the third set of 10,
Right.
they're so dialed in. They're champions. They're fighters. You know, they understand these characters. Their voices are, it's them. And it's beautiful to watch, you know. Matt Lauria specifically stood out for me in the first episode of the new season. He just came full circle. I mean, he's just a beast and confident. And it was a joy to watch him. So I think people will like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many great episodes and great scenes in these episodes. What are some that you would point to as an example of this is the best that our show can do?
You know, there are so many. There's a riches everywhere. The episode that I just saw, I really loved because everyone across the board was showcased, was important, and was amazing. So the audience obviously hasn't seen that one yet. There was an episode in the first season, episode 5, where I'm in the cage and I'm dreaming. It's a dream sequence where Albie's kind of talking and there's kind of laughter in the background, and that was one of my favorite episodes. It was very theatrical. It was, it felt like a play, and it was a little bit of a departure. But there's so much. I can't even begin to. Every episode has something beautiful.
Yeah. And this incredible, I sound like a broken record, I'm sure, but this family drama in it.
Right.
You know, I mean, you've obviously a father to your 2 sons, but you've got a surrogate son in Lauria. You've got this estranged wife who comes back in as you're having a child with someone else. I mean, it's just...
Right.
No.
And you know what? It's what happens to a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? It's like this one gets pregnant, and you're still kind of attached to that one. You got 2 kids that they don't know if they're coming or going. You know, you're always behind the gun with money. That's how people live, unfortunately. But you know what? That's interesting stuff. That's what people want to see. There's a reflection of life. You know, I mean, in Shakespeare, hold the mirror up and let's see what's what. And that's what this show does. It's like not everybody lives in Los Angeles in a big house or in New York in a big apartment. There's a lot of other places in the country where people are struggling to make ends meet, where $100 means a lot. Do you know? $100 means a lot here. It means a lot, in this world. So, I think that's what people relate to.
Yeah. You mentioned Los Angeles, and having lived out here for several years, I think the show really does have a sense of place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, by design.
Right.
Yeah. Venice, the gritty streets of Venice, that is all by design. And I hope that in the seasons to come, there's even more Venice. Because I think we got away from them a little bit. And from this first season, I'd like to see more of Venice in there. And it's funny now that Google is there. And Venice, even Venice isn't Venice anymore.
True.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I was just in New York, and there are parts of New York where it's still a little rough and tumble. Not many. I don't know in LA if you'd have to go into different parts of LA away from. Venice is a bit gentrified at this point.
It is, even in just the time I've lived out here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, my
pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.